Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Undertaker, Hall of Fame. So we have Hall of Fame Undertaker in the game, and actually, I love this Hall of Fame model. Most of them, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I think this one looks awesome. Looks really, really good. Anyway, I'm going to be doing two separate previews. One was no gears, normal people trainers, and then both gears, whale builds, whale plates, the whole 9 yards. So this is my normal person Undertaker preview. If you don't get the gears, that sort of thing, what you can expect him to look like. Gonna have 5 builds. So he's pretty dang versatile. A lot of different things you can do. So this will have 5 builds in it. And like I said, I'll be doing that Whaley Rare Trainer Coaches thing later. He is Hall of Fame Powerhouse Aggressive. He has, I'm assuming, the Hall of Fame link, which it's not showing right here, but I would assume he has that since he's Hall of Fame. And then he has the 2 bonus gears, the silver and the gold. Either one of those will add moves that generate gems, will generate 2 more. And the next one will make blast gems do 50% more damage. He is a coach. At 9k, yellow gems will do 2.2k more damage, so fantastic coach. Love these coaches. Let's get in here and take a look. The strap I'm going to be running, red move damage, metal, percentage, fury. Other than that, pretty standard. Fury metals across the board. Skill plate we're going to have on for this preview is Viper Strike. Whenever you break 3 or more black gems, make 7 yellow gems into red gems at the end of your turn. Prize wall picker plate, so you can go ahead and snag this plate if you get Taker. Again, this is the normal people, normal builds. So we're going to start off with the Leaping Clothesline, 1 MP black, 41k damage, and increase all the damage of all your gems by 60% for 2 turns. Last Ride, 8 MP blue, deal 93k damage, make 14 blast gems into blue gems. And Soup Bones, 8 MP blue, deal 98k damage, and choose a 3x6 area to make into blast gems. Sure, you can see the thought behind this. Hit the buff move, make the blast area, make them all blue. It recycles itself. You're using the gem damage buff every turn, and it recycles flawlessly. Also, I think this build would be very, very good for boss battle, just as a heads up. Great boss battle build. MP trainers, we're running with Lawler and AJ for 2 blue MP to start. AJ is free in League 19 silver loot, so eventually you will get him for free. Sammy, blast gems do 50% more damage, and Santa Hogan was free. Sammy was a chase. If you don't have Sammy, Typhoon is a decent substitution, or Ray, both of them were free. Acro Ray or Typhoon, both would be a decent substitution there, and both were free cards. For this build, the Showstopper HBK plate off the prize wall would be the way I would go, or Cheap Shot. Let's get out here, run this one. We're going to be going against Orton on the road. 5SG, 5SG. I do have 2 perks plus 3 MP plus 1 on a match, so I don't need AJ, but I am setting him up for what he would look like in Feud, and what you would need to be turn 1 in Feud for the average player. So you're going to hit the buff to start. That's going to buff all of our gems 60%. And then we're going to choose an area. Ideally, if we can get 4 blue gems, all of them will break, but technically we don't need that many. And also, you don't want to put it on an edge, so here we would have at least 4 blues. But we would lose out on a bunch of the board if we put it here. So you want to put it somewhere in the range of here to here. Not here, I'm sorry, to here. And get as many blue gems in that range as you can. So we want to do this. We're going to get 3, and we're going to blow up all the board except for 2 columns, right? These 2 columns here. And then we're going to turn all but one of these blast gems blue. It's going to blow everything on the board except these 2 columns up. Pick up a nice cascade here too. Skill plate's gonna go off. No connection with the skill plate there. 1.3 million right there, guys. 1.3 mil. Not too shabby. Orton kicks right out because he's no-selling it. And the second time around, we're gonna get another buff on the gems right here. So we're getting even more gem damage, 120% now. And there's tons of blues, so they're all going to turn into blasts. So we're going to drop it right in the middle this time. And there'll only be 2 columns again this time, just in a different spot. You're going to see this build set with a much rarer plate in the video, the other video that I do. But this would be average person build, what you could expect. 1.23 million, we didn't get a cascade that time, so it hit about the same as the first time where we had the nice cascade. Orton can't kick out. Really good build. This will be great in boss battle for breaking blue shield. Also, it recycles itself flawlessly once you start, because you're making all those blue gems. And you're upping your buff each turn, so I think this will be a fantastic boss battle build right here. Okay, next moveset. Undertaker's got a pretty cool finisher. It's high damage, and we're going to keep the buff move in. This one is going to be double black red. Finisher, of course, the Tombstone Pile Driver, classic Undertaker. We're going to keep that leaping clothesline in. And then we're going to bring in the other black move, the Choke Slam. Another classic Taker. 7 MP black, deal 81k damage and choose 6 gems to make into red. And then we got the Tombstone Pile Driver, 10 MP red, deal 202k damage and choose 8 gems to destroy and pin the opponent. Entourage, we're switching this up to double black. In this case, I'm just going to use Bray and AJ, because AJ's second is a 1-charge black. There's lots of different trainers you could potentially use in that slot, like NWO Ted. Maybe not a lot, but like NWO Ted. And then we're going to focus on some gem damage here. We're going to go with Typhoon for red gem damage, because he's someone that's available to everyone as well. You know, obviously, there's a lot of different ways you could go, you know, flat red gem damage, etc., etc. And then we're going to keep Hogan in here. Skill play for this, Bad Attitude, Cheap Shot. Bad Attitude to help with the recycling. Viper Strike isn't the worst shout here either. So you can do some trickeration with this, which is what we're going to try. When it works out, you can get the buff off 3 times on turn... 3 times on turn 1, if this works out right. Potentially. We're just going to go with 2 on this one. There's one later coming where I get 3. This was a twofer. This is a twofer. So choose 6 reds to destroy, or to make into red. We can pick up blacks right here if we do a row break. So that's 7, and then we can go that for 10. Easily refill our thing, move, and then we're going to set up a cascade with the destroy. So this row break, if you pick up a black gem, I cascaded because I always do, which is fine. Skill plate went off. Even without hitting the finisher, we hit for 700k there. It's whatever. You get the idea, though. You pick up a black, you hit the gem buff twice. We can try it again here, actually. We can buff it up a bunch. Potentially. You can also not try and get the buff twice and be a little bit more safe. Depending on what you like to do, right? How much you like to gamble. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take this row break here. And then we'll just try and set up some nifty cascade action. Go here. Here. Actually, let's do this here. Do that. See how this goes. Oh. 5 match because I can't see the board. It ends up being the same because I can do a swipe. But I'll probably cascade. Let's find out. No, I don't. Good. Oh, that's... that was dangerous. Very dangerous. I forgot about the swipe plate. But it worked out. So now we're buffing the gem damage again. We're very buffed on the gem damage. 3 boosts, 180%, and now we're choosing to destroy. So let's see how this works out. Bunch of red. 1.36 million. Everything's reloaded. Again, not bad moveset. And you can start turn 1 in feud that way. Obviously, in tours, you don't need AJ. Or if you have 17k Santa Hogan, you wouldn't need AJ. And you have a trainer slot freed up to use a move damage, like a red move damage finisher like Priest. I think Priest is red, yes. NWO plate would work well too. Again, that's very rare, and I'll be going over that in the other build sets, or the other preview video, where I do the rare stuff. Okay, double red shoes is what we're going to run here. So not that much different than what we were running here, right? Instead, we're taking the buff move out and bringing the sub in, the Hell's Gate, which is the 5-star move. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. So this is the move. I think, is this the only one we haven't seen yet? I think so. No, we also haven't seen Old School. So Hell's Gate submission, 9 MP red. Generate 26 random submission gems and do 131k damage for 3 turns. Remaining sub gems turn into blasts. Same kind of principle here, except we're changing out to red MP trainers, again showing the versatility that this Hall of Fame taker has in having being able to use many different MP trainers. This sub in feud, assuming you have Bobby Lashley on, which I'm not going to put on this build, we'll see it in another build in this video. Lashley's a little more rare, but I am going to include him. With Lashley on at coach, he's going to do over 3 million damage in feud with defensive feud perks maxed. This one, again, the Viper Strike would be good, which we do have on. Cheap Shot would also be good. So let's get out there and check this one out. So yeah, this sub is going to be 3 million in feud turn 1 with this setup, assuming you have Lashley. Without Lashley, obviously a little bit less, probably like 2.5-ish or so, and then you're gonna hit the finisher on the blast gems and do some pretty good damage there. You're of course gonna drain him on turn 1. So this should see a lot of bunch of quick turn 2 wins in feud. Should being the operative word. So here we go. Now we're going to choose 8 gems, which is basically going to equate into blowing up the board, right? I mean, we hit this cluster, that gets all of those. This picks up this spot. This gets the middle here. This will break all of those. That'll get that. And then we can try and break where we're going to miss, ish. And we should get the bulk of the board here. Yeah, maybe a couple gems we missed. Skill plate go off. Of course, we didn't hit. Did 1 million damage there. So, you know, you're looking in plus 60% boost on the finisher in feud, usually with offensive perks maxed. So, you know, you're looking at a pretty beefy finisher after draining most of their life, because we're doing 440k here. 200,000 finisher, so 60% is what? Another 120k on top of this. So you're looking at 560k. Of course, if you have NWO plate, so much the better. 17k Santa Hogan, NWO plate, and Damian Priest, even better. And then the choke slam is there in case you need to recycle, like this. So a 3 match will definitely do it. We can put some more out just for funsies if we want. Let's get some more. You know what? I'll probably cascade. Let's not get some more damage. Let's just play it safe. Then let's do the sub-a-dub again. And then blow up the board again. Blast gems go out. And now we're going to blow up the whole board. This is going to take out... This one is literally going to take out everything. Except this corner area. That should just take everything out, just to be safe. Let's hit a couple more blast gems in case I'm not looking at it right. Yeah, that's the entire board. Skill plate doing some extra work for us. And 1.3 million. And I don't think Orton's going to kick out of that. Okay. 2 movesets left to go. This is almost identical, except we have the buff move on there. As you see, we're blowing up a bunch of the board, so I thought, you know, why not throw the buff out there? Can be a little bit more dangerous to recycle, but again, keep in mind in Feud, you would be doing most of their life anyway, so the buff move could put you over the top. And we do have the skill plate on to throw a bunch of reds out there, the Viper Strike. So we are likely to get some extra recycle potential off of that. So instead of this chokeslam, we're just going back to the leaping clothesline. We've seen all the moves, just going to pop it in and get right back out there. This one, I am going to put Lashley on. A little bit less damage now with red gems and blast gems, but this will show the sub a little bit better. Not that it matters because we can't simulate Feud anyway, but we're doing 200k for 4 turns, so 800,000 outside of Feud. Also, the extra turn does take away some of the blast gems. Keep in mind in Feud, the 3 extra turns on the perk will definitely take away a lot more blast gems. So there is that. But you're trading off for a lot more damage, right? So it's not the end of the world. And then you're going to hit the buff move turn 1. And as long as we don't get pinned, we're going to have 2 sets of it on turn 2 when we hit the finisher. So we're going to have a lot bigger gems than we did the first time around. 5 match, don't like seeing that. That's going to get him another extra turn to break our blast gems. Okay. Bufferooski again. Now we're at 120% all gem damage. A lot of reds, like seeing that. We're going to get some black gems in there too for the skill plate, so that's good. So any one of these we pick is going to take out this almost this entire left half of the board. This is going to go over here, hit that. So we're going to miss out on that stuff. And let's get, I guess, let's hit that. That should get most of the board again. Skill plate's gonna go off and miss. So, but you notice we did get our recycle and we hit for 1.6 million with that extra gem damage. So I kind of like this build a lot as far as the sub build goes. Orton's gonna no sell it. Oh, nope, he didn't kick out. Excellent. Like that build a lot, especially considering there's no gears here. We're using all regular trainers and stuff, and you could, like I said, Feud, Lashley, or Typhoon. Both are going to be good. And now let's check out the last one. Double red finisher. This is the one where if it goes right, you can get the buff off 3 times. So you're looking at 180% gem damage turn 1. And old school, I don't think we've seen this one yet. I could be wrong. That's going in for Hell's Gate. Old school, 7 MP red, deal 81k damage, choose 6 gems to make into black gems. And we're going to stick with red MP trainers again, and we're bringing Typhoon back in for that red gem damage. You could also go with black gem damage since we're choosing 6 to make into black. That would be fine. Any of those are okay. We are going to have to be careful with the Viper Strike because part of what I want to do involves making a swipe. So I'm going to need to remember to pay attention to that, or I'm going to cause a cascade for sure. So we may not buff 3 times. if the board doesn't cooperate, which I'm likely to cascade anyway, because that's what I do. They say Vader's the Cascade King. Nah, that's Mherex, fam. So obviously we're going to hit the buff move. And then we are going to do the choose move, which you can just choose your 5 black gems, and then any swipe will reload it. Because it's a 1 MP. So we're going to do a 5 match that we can hopefully 1, 2, 5. Right here we can predict relatively safely, unless I drop 2 purples in behind this 1 purple, which is not very good odds. We won't cascade. And so I'm not going to bother with the extra black gems, I don't think. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to bother with them. We're just, actually, I lied. I'm going to bother with them. Okay, managed not to cascade. Now we can hit our buff again. That's 2. Do keep in mind, though, we did what was necessary to get the Viper Strike off. So let us see. It changes yellow to red, I believe. So any of these yellow gems cause a cascade? No, it doesn't look like it. So we are safe, although we might cascade here. We are safe to go for this swipe and buff our gem damage further. Oh, the yellow fell. I lied. I didn't look at that part. Well, whatever. Greedy, greedy, greedy Mherex. Oh well. We'll get the 3rd buff here. And we do want to destroy at least 3 black gems, potentially, to get the skill plate to go off, even though right now there's not a lot in the way of yellow on the board. In fact, there's none. But that's okay. So we're going to drop this down. And we're going to drop those down. And then we're going to take 3 black gems. We're going to hit this. And what else are we destroying? Let's get the reds. Let's do that. $1.3 million. Everything's reloaded. And Orton no-sells it for us. That's okay. We're very buffed with gem damage now, and we can set up more gem damage. Also, potentially, if you're worried about the yellows, you can choose over them and get rid of the yellows as well when you're doing this, which I didn't talk about the first time. So R5 there, and yeah, I'm not worried about the yellows this time. Yeah, I'm not. Buff again. And we're at 3, and we're going to lose 1 if we swipe, so I'm not going to bother. And I'm going to hit the finisher now. See if we can set up some nifty cascades here. Get blue here. If we do that, get a little bit more damage maybe. There we go. Oh, just missed everywhere. But again, a bunch more damage. I don't think Orton's going to no-sell this one. So that's the Undertaker with no gears, with normal trainers, normal skill plates. Really versatile, a lot of fun. I think great card, looks amazing, great trainer, great coach. Should be a lot of fun, and looks to be not as hard as sometimes they are to get. These showdown scrimmage ones usually are easier to obtain. So I'll be doing another preview with both gears, with rare trainers, and with rare skill plates. So expect to see some fireworks in that one for those of you that are chasing and spending and have access to some of those rare skill plates, trainers, that sort of thing. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you like the fact that I'm separating the two preview styles. And remember to like, subscribe, and share, as that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck out there.